Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody. We're live. Glad to be here with you tonight. We only have three of us tonight, but we're going to have a little fun. We're just going to have a relaxed chat here. We're going to talk about what if I'm not tech savvy? What if I think I just don't have the skills to be able to do this? So we're going to delve into that. But first, let's introduce ourselves. Again, I'm Bob. I'm a retired missionary living in East Tennessee. And I'm fairly new in this business, about a month and a half, but it's exciting. Jay, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I am Jay, and I am a mom, a college math professor of 20 something years now in the online digital business space. I love it because I get to learn and I get to work with people around the world and also create that impact beyond the four walls of the classroom.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
David,
Hello, I'm Dave Hovley, Chief Solutions Hovley, for some of you out there that know me by that name. And I am here with this awesome guy, Bob, and this awesome lady, Jay, partnering with Jay on loveyourlifebydesign.com. And I'm happy to be here today talking about whether or not you need to be tech savvy to do this business. And that is for sure a no.
and you guys are both in California, right?
That's correct.
So we've got the country covered, California to Tennessee.
That's right. Awesome. We
So
love
anyhow,
Tennessee.
yeah. So anyhow, tonight, as I said, we're going to talk a little bit about what if you have fears? What if you have doubts that I just don't have the technical skills to do this? Um, I've never been involved in anything like this. I myself am kind of the poster boy for this topic. The last half of my adult life, I lived in the two poorest countries in this hemisphere. So the only time I ever was on a computer was when I was able to find Wi Fi. And then the only thing I ever used it for was email. So when I came into this business, literally, they're still holding my hands. But that's the good thing. That's the really neat thing about this business. You don't have to come into it already skilled. There's trainings, there's video trainings, and there are awesome mentors and coaches, and just a family of people in this business who are willing to reach out and guide you step by step. Uh, so I don't want to spill all the beans here. So Jay, fill us in on how you go on this.
Yeah, so although I have worked with computers inside the classroom, I have not been exposed to how to share a business because educators generally are not business people. How to share a business in the online space. I have delved into, sharing my family and things like that over the past like few years, especially I started looking at how to do utilize my time instead of just scrolling, to start looking at how to monetize at the same time, create like impact for my family and my friends, and then also for others. So in this business, what I found is the training, the automated systems that is already put in place that have changed and helped to change and transform so many lives by having that support system, the community, and such a robust like back end system of trainings. It's just a very top class, like even like education platform is how I see it because I love like education. You don't really need the tech skills because there's just like the step by step guidance. And it's not something that we just download because I know as an educator, there's many styles, many that people learn differently.
Yeah.
So there's a type of like training for each of the types of people, types of learners. Some are very, visual, so you can go in and like step by step on your own. Others are okay, I can watch this, but I still need some guidance. So we have the live, masterminds. We also have people that we can chat with. You have your mentor, you have your coach. You also can learn from like so many people globally who are like steps ahead of us. So there's many like ways that we can reach the types of learner that you are. So that's what I love about it.
Yeah, that's awesome too. And
Mhm,
as you said, we have different types of trainings. We have
mhm,
pre-recorded trainings
mhm,
that will take us step by step. We have live trainings
mhm,
where people come in for specific subjects
mhm,
and teach us how to brand, how to make reels, etc. And we have chats like this that other groups do that we can sit in on.
mhm.
So it really covers the spectrum for us.
Yeah, I love like I think in the mentoring space that I've been in like exploring since I've been like thinking about more of the business side. I know it is when we hire a mentor, we generally want to get shortcut our path, right, to success. Whatever that success might be. And so it's also like gaining that experience from people who have already went before us to help us to shortcut that path, to instead of spending maybe a year and a half or playing around ourselves, we get to borrow that experience from someone else before us. So I love that I can like message my coach or mentor and say, hey,
Mhm.
I'm working on this part of the process. What do you suggest or recommend? I really needed that um as someone that, can get I generally don't ask a lot of questions as an introvert all my life. But I just really can work on myself. I can go through the trainings myself, but when I'm really stuck, it's like, okay, I can focus my attention on this question and ask my mentor or coach. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is neat. I
Mhm,
am so grateful for the mentor, Meredith, and the coaches, PB and Josh, that I have,
mhm,
because they've literally held my hands through this by what you're talking about,
mhm.
texting and calling and asking this and that, things that are simple for most people. But for this 80-year-old brain, it takes a while for it to sink in. But that's the joy of it. Even at this age, and with this lack of skill, I can learn because of the mentors and coaches and the trainings.
Mhm.
It's an awesome program.
Yeah, and I love witnessing your journey and your growth and what you've created. And when I'm on your pages, and I'm like very inspired by how far you have come and just your content since I've known you just, I think like a month, maybe not even.
Yeah, yeah, we're
Yeah,
all new to each other. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Dave, what's your slant on this?
Well, that's an interesting proposition because, I'm one of those guys, I'm a little technical and I've had many years of tech experience. And, you know, um, I sometimes am a little hesitant to get involved with some businesses and some groups because then I become the tech go-to guy and everybody wants a piece of me. And what's cool about this is that just doesn't have to happen because we have an awesome marketing system that's set up for us that works. We have an awesome training system set up for us that works, and you don't have to do hardly any hand holding to a new person coming into the business. You just kind of show them where things are at, and basically a getting started, and they're off to the races, and it just works.
Yeah,
So that's one thing I love about this. I don't have to be that tech go-to guy and do all that tech work that I'm kind of trying to retire out of.
wait, but it's nice to have that background so you can learn it quicker. Or maybe
Sure is.
you won't even have to learn it. You already know it.
Right.
That's the neat thing about this business, though. It covers So all the professional boards, it covers the whole spectrum of it. It covers cultures from one end of the world literally to the other. And so you can ask any question to anybody and you're going to get an answer. You're going to get a response. It is one of the neat things for me is it truly feels like a family in this business. People care about helping you. And that's hard to find in today's world. So that's why nobody should be hesitant to join this online business simply because they think they don't have the skills. Because again, the training is available, the mentors are available, and you can reach out to virtually anybody. I have made friends in Canada and Louisiana and New Zealand, people I never knew before in my life, and we talk all the time now. You know, we look at each other's pages. It's this work is fun. That's the best way I can say it.
It
This
is.
work is
And
fun.
like you said, it's great people.
Yeah, because of the people we get to mingle with, get to talk with, get to work with. It's just a neat thing. Jay, you have anything else?
So I think the thing is like learning these skills is, to me as an educator, has so much value because I grew up with parents who were educators. They had their own school in their country, and I was always raised to think about education, that's something that we can give to ourselves, that we can um, invest in ourselves, and that someone else cannot take away from us. And so I really value, even if like wherever we start, wherever someone comes in on this journey, because we have like a wide range of people in terms of tech skills, but it's like still wherever we're at, we can develop ourselves, to train ourselves and learn the skills, right? And with the support, with the training, and level up, so we become even more valuable in this day and age. And that's what I see. It's like creating value for ourselves, giving ourselves that higher value in this day and age. And that's what I this is something that I would love to continue to share, even with the younger generations. I know they're always on their phone, but being able to, and some of them are so much better than us, most, already. But if not, then I would say if I were in the classroom again, I would definitely share this as like an opportunity to say, if you haven't looked into this digital business or digital space, of learning these skills to do the marketing, to do the sharing, the selling without having to bother your family and friends. I think that this is such a great opportunity to give ourselves that value.
Yeah, and you just mentioned something. I heard you use the word selling, and one of the neat things about this business is we don't have to sell products. We don't have to host parties to pull people together. We don't have to call our friends to come together. And I think
Mhm.
one of the things that is enjoyable for me, and I think for anybody really, anytime you conquer a new obstacle, you feel good about yourself regardless of how small that might be to somebody else. If it was your obstacle and you overcame it, it builds up your self-worth, your self-value. And,
Mhm.
and this company does this for us. If you're willing, if you're willing to listen to your coaches and your mentors, if you're willing to do what they tell you to do on a consistent and a diligent basis, you will succeed because there's automated systems behind this that pick up the pace when you're not doing it. So it's really a setup for virtually anybody who wants to improve their lives. You
Mhm.
only need a why. And
Mhm.
I hear PB and J say this all the time. if your why is large enough, you will do what you need to do to get there.
Mhm.
And really, all you need to do here is follow the instructions. It's almost like going back to grade school. And it's, 1 + 1 is 2. It gets you up there.
Yes, definitely. We do have some guests here. I know I see Jay Lee. Hi, Jay Lee. He said, "Hey, let's go." And I think he meant to say, when we find your people, you find your purpose. He was a pastor before too, and he teaches. He's a ninja sales mentor, someone that definitely you want to connect with. I
Got a
think
great one at that.
great. And we have
Where's
PB.
PB?
Bob, do you want to share what?
PB,
Mhm.
PB, you have no online experience. You sure have it now. But what she's telling us is when she came from the nursing job to this, she didn't have it. And in only 5 months, she's completely retired. And they just keep soaring to greater heights. Thanks for joining us, BB. We need your help.
Mhm. Um, and I believe she says, Dave, do you want to share what she said?
She said, thanks for hosting tonight. You guys rock.
Yes.
There you
Good
go.
job,
I told her earlier I need to rock a little better.
Well, I think this journey is just a matter of time. Is growing, and we grow into those you know uh, like people that we will attract, and then the skills of actually going out there with the target audiences. And so there's so much in this space that I love. The fact that what you shared is that we don't have to host the live events or parties. And I used to do that when I first started in the online space, when I was looking for opportunity. And I still say that it was an amazing experience, because it pushed me to go get out of my shell, to talk to people, to network with people. So there's also a very positive side to that, but the income side as a beginner in hosting and throwing parties was very draining on the income. So I didn't, create that income in that kind of setup. But with this online this online setup, it was something that I was praying for. Like, I was praying for something. I just knew something was missing in some of my other opportunities, and I had someone who had signed up with me from a past company, and I just knew that it had to be duplicatable. I said, like, even if I can do the results, but I can't transfer it to someone else, or someone else can do it and they can't transfer it to me, or I didn't feel right about it. And I just told her, I actually told her, I said, there's something missing, and I'm working on this. I'm working to find a solution. I'm working to find something like a digital system, right? A system that can have the automation, that it can be duplicatable, that I can help those that actually come with us, that you can also create as much results or even more results. And so when this came, I just kept watching. And then when I saw, well, like, there's actually people just like any of us here, the nurses, the teachers, the veterans, the parents, the stay-at-home parents, the people who work like 3 jobs, and I saw that they can also do it, then I had to take a look.
One of the side benefits for me is when I entered this business, like you, I was praying for something to do
Mhm.
because COVID had scarred my lungs and I was not physically able to work. So I've been praying for something I could do from home, so I could accomplish some things that I wanted to do. And so I came into this business excuse me, solely with the idea of acquiring enough resources to do the things I wanted to do. One of the side benefits for me that I didn't even consider when I entered is how good it makes me feel when I get an opportunity to encourage somebody else and see them catch a spark. It's amazing how that just fills you up from the inside out. I think it just grows all of us personally. What do you think, Dave? I know you've got something down there.
Yeah, it just anytime I can be around people that have got the right mindset of success, the mindset of expanding their knowledge of money making, the knowledge of protecting your assets, the knowledge of building a legacy, and working together as a team. That teamwork is essential. Anytime I'm around people like that, I feel better,
Yeah.
I'm more motivated, and I do better. So I think that's key to any business is you surround yourself with those who are doing it, and you dig in and you learn the ropes, and when the going gets tough, you get going.
You sound like Napoleon Hill.
Oh,
I totally agree with you. I think surrounding yourself with successful people is infectious. I think you catch some of their enthusiasm and some of their excitement and their joy, and that helps us to grow in that. It's amazing. It just, you guys I've known for maybe a month, but I feel like family. I don't know how that happens that rapidly, but it does in this business.
Yes. When you find the right people, when you find your people, you find your purpose. From Jay Lee. Yes, it is, and then I believe there's also for me a bigger purpose of reason why people connect, and Jay Lee is one of them too. You become the company that you keep. Definitely, he just continues to give value, like being around communities like we have here as family. Bob, Jay Lee, Dave, you guys have really inspired me. I think without people like all of you here, I don't know where I would be. I was going through a bit of trials in my life after some loss, and just like seeing and like the action takers and the people who are impacting other people's lives, and the kindness and the faith, and the people who continue to show up and to want other people's success. That is something that just keeps me like waking up. Like I get to wake up. I get to wake up and like, oh, when is this session again? Who am I going to see today? What am I going to, like who are the people that we get to work with? And who are the people we get to create with? And who are the people we get to pray with? So I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I would have probably quit a month ago if it were not for the constant encouragement that you receive on here. That those who have been in the business for a while see you posting and they send a text, wow, that really looks good. Then you're really progressing. Little things like that make it impossible for you to quit. And that's an overstatement, but that's the way it makes me feel. There's constant encouragement coming your way. There is a genuineness about people wanting you to succeed. And again, you don't find that. And Dave mentioned something a while ago about building a legacy. This business, we can build it up to where we're making whatever amount we want to a month. And when the time comes, we can pass it on to our children or grandchildren. That's just incredible too. In an MLM, you can't do that. In a pyramid scheme, you can't hand that off like that. But we have that ability. So this business is just loaded with benefits beyond the incredible wealth that's available.
Yeah, I love Jay Lee says, 150,000 people didn't wake up today. Each day is a gift. Um, yes, I think Bob, you and Jaylee should connect. You guys have some backgrounds in the missionary work, and yeah. Um, but yeah, I agree, Bob, because it's a type of business where you get to like it's almost like you get to go into the next level class, and
Mhm.
you don't have to uh, do whatever it is that's a lot of companies have you do to and you don't derank that kind of business where you
Mhm.
continue because it's just that type of legacy that we can build as long as we don't quit and we continue to grow ourselves and we continue to help others and provide value for others. We get to have something for our kids. So yeah, that
Yeah,
is.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I was just going to build on what you said that we don't lose the milestones that we accomplish in this based on what we have produced in this month or last month. One of the nice things is nobody pushes us to do more, but they encourage us to do more. And that's a huge difference. There's no pressure in encouragement. So we don't have any of that in this. Uh, Again, it's remarkable to me the side benefits of being in this, uh, and remarkable to me the different cultures and the different professions. People that have been doctors, lawyers, engineers, nurses, real estate investors, mothers, school teachers, tech people who have replaced their professional income and retired on this business and just travel the world while they make money. I mean, I can't imagine what's not to like about this business.
Me too. Um, I think it's like being able to be in this kind of environment and community and growth. It's just it's a blessing to me. I'm so happy and so grateful
Yeah.
that this opportunity landed in front of me, although I did not take it right away. And at the same time, I actually sent a few other people first before me because I saw, the results and I saw the growth of PB&J. So I actually sent people before me. It's just like it's not really yet for me. And then after that, I just said, okay, let me take a look since they took a look and let me really dive deep and do more research. And I'm like that research mind. It's just part of my kind of decision process. I needed to lay things out and like really dive in and let me see the data, let me see the
Yeah.
numbers, let me see the people, let me see this, let me see that. Yeah. So at the same time, I'm glad that it happened with the timing too.
Yeah, once I took a look at the automation behind it and the training system, and then our amazing mentors and the success people are having in the business, and all the checks that I mean, you can have it set up to where every time you earn a commission, the checks come to you. So you can just stack the checks and kind of show them off, There's nothing more cool than that, I mean, and it's really motivating when people see what it is that you're making. They not only see the numbers, but you can show it to them too, so that's key.
And I think I saw the potential of it, doing it from anywhere in the world. I get to now like travel across the country and still have a business running in the background. And we get to, create our schedule. We can do it at 5 in the morning or 11 o'clock at night. I know there are some parents that did that. They started by doing it maybe when their kids are asleep, an hour in the evening, or during their lunch break, or in the very early morning. And they just kept doing it and didn't give up. And that's, I think, the key is just consistency and not giving up and continuing to grow yeah, we grow into it, grow ourselves the skills, and then we will get there.
Yeah, absolutely. This thing is our office. So wherever we go, we take our office with us. That's which makes everything tax deductible.
Hmm.
So we're never out of office as long as we have our phone with us.
Hmm.
We can, as you said, we can work anywhere, like PB&J did on a cruise ship, or
Hmm.
from anywhere around the world.
Hmm.
It's the possibilities are unlimited here.
Yeah, they got within, I think, the last 5 or 6 months, they've been to 4 countries, and they
Yeah,
still have income coming in when they're on vacation, when they get back from vacation.
yeah, they come home to a handful of checks.
Mhm. And they're not the only one, although I just mentioned PB&J because, they're the people that also I've been watching. But after being in the community of thousands and thousands of people, if PB&J, like PB's like sick, and there's other people, other
Oh yeah,
leaders
many,
that
many other people.
we're not just depending on that one person, right? We have a system and so many other people too. We can, like, this is like you said, Bob, it's a family. PB wasn't feeling well today. It's like, who can host, who can do it? Whoever can do it at this time, then we do it. If not, it's okay, because there's other people in the community who will host it in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, or there's many other strategies too that you can do. Not everyone has to go live. There's ads, like there's other things that we can do. There's actually, what am I sharing is there's oh it's actually what I'm sharing is there's uh one of the streams of income. It is also sharing out, like, how other people can help us with our social media. Right.
I'm not sure I know what you're referring to there.
Oh, as far as, like, some people are really busy, and so if we, are not very tech savvy, there's other people in the community that we can also have help us with social media.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. You mentioned earlier that there are other people besides PB&J that are making wealth that's almost unimaginable. There are literally thousands of people doing that around the world. Uh, we mention them so often because they're our personal coaches. But I've met people again uh, in Canada and Louisiana and New Zealand who are doing similar type things. Uh, and that's just the few that I happen to meet. And we got Peter and is it Eunice, his wife, on here that are doing great guns. I think they just became, and Florence, I don't know how you say her last name,
Florence,
NG.
yeah, Ing.
Ing, is that it?
Mhm,
Yeah, she just passed all the qualifications to become a coach. But yeah,
mhm,
people are flourishing everywhere. And
mhm,
again, if we're just willing to do what they tell us to do, if we're willing to post a minimum of 3 times a day and be diligent and to learn how to do these new tools, we're going to be there with them.
mhm.
There's nothing to keep us from going if we'll do what we know to do.
Yes.
Uh, it reminds me of uh, I delivered a message in church on Sunday and again last night. And one of the scriptures that I talked about was in Ephesians. Paul talks about he prayed for the church, and then he said, and for me, pray that I get the boldness of utterance that I speak as I ought to speak. Well, for us, if we speak as we ought to speak, if we will do the real, if we will do what we ought to do, we're going to achieve that success. We need the boldness to overcome fear and doubt. And the way we overcome that is by looking at the testimonies that everybody shares constantly on here. If you go to that private group we have on Facebook, Successful Moneymakers Online, you can see endless amounts of testimonies of success. And again, from all professions and all cultures, it's there. You just need to tune out the naysayers. You need to cast out your doubts. You know that this world is always going to try to hold you down. And your friends who have not yet achieved success are going to tell you it's a scam, it's a pyramid. They're going to tell you don't do it. Because if you become successful, it makes their life look worse. So you have to tune that out. You have to learn to listen, like Dave said, to the successful people. Surround yourself with successors and you will become one.
I love that, Bob. Well, we have a few, I think, on here, but I believe I shared insider networking here. PB was on here. She said 10. Awesome opportunity, no tech required. And I think that was our audience here. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. Do you have anything else to share, Dave?
No, it's just a wonderful opportunity. I highly recommend you pick one of these fantastic people and go to the web address you see under their name right there, opt in and watch that video because you're going to be impressed.
Yeah, just don't doubt. You can't sit at home and wish you could have a better life. You have to make a decision and step into it. Do it today. This is your opportunity. People want to help you succeed.
Thank you. And I see Sarah also here, and Debbie also. Thank you for tuning in. Definitely. And we have some ways that you can register your email with Bob here, bobhcoder.com. And you can have access to the overview video, either the replay or you get to have an invite to the live sessions. And then we also have loveyourlifebydesign.com. It's very simple. You just put in your email and you'll get information, or you can reach out to any of us. Yeah. And that is it for tonight. Do you have anything else, anyone here to share before we hop off?
Just
no, it's almost February.
Yeah, I enjoyed talking to you, enjoyed being with you. And thanks for the opportunity.
Thank
and
you.
Remember, it's almost February. So your chance to start your new year in a new and amazing way that's actually going to change your life is upon you. So start now. If waiting is something you've always done probably, and you could choose, it is a choice to always continue to do. But choosing to change your, and if you take action now, it'll be one of the best choices you ever made.
You preach it, Dave.
Right, you too.
Definitely. And I think about like it is end of January, and next month is generally Valentine's, gift of giving. I think the best gift we can give ourselves is the self-development part of like that part of this business is also self-development. And
you can't lose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can't lose.
Yeah. If not for you, you can also gift it to your loved one. Take a look, because the worst that can happen is you find out, oh, there's something out there like this that exists, and that's it. All right, everyone. We can see you on the next live. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to share it with someone who might need to hear this message. We'll see you on the next stream. Thanks to everyone who have tuned in today. Bye.
See you again. Thanks for tuning in. Bye. Good night.